What's going on, everyone? Gilman with NIO Stocks, back with another NIO update video where we'll take a look at how NIO stock traded this past week, some key support and resistance levels that we're looking out for moving into the future, and based on that, what we think NIO stock can do in moving into this upcoming week. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button down below, comment if you are in NIO, and make sure to subscribe to my channel since that helps me grow as I'm trying to grow my channel. So let me hit record and we will get right into it. So great week for NIO. From the time I made this video last week, right, we were talking about some of the levels that we were looking out for moving into kind of this week, and we got a really nasty red day here when the share offering was announced, and then when it came out that it was in the 39s, that's what this Monday's candle was, and since then, we've gone from the 39s to 46s. Really great return. I mean, we're talking over 20% in just a week, depending on you're in and out, but at least 10 to 15% if you got in kind of in that dip. So really great movement for NIO stock. As we've sort of mentioned, the fact that they raised money was a good thing because they're looking to grow their business. They've got the battery as a service going, so in order to expand their network, in order to really have those sales and kind of grow in the market they're currently in, they do need a ton of cash. With their stock price being the way it is, they issued additional stock to kind of get that money, financing, if you will, rather than taking on debt. So I personally think that was a great move on their part. I'm an investor in NIO, and I think that what they did there was great. So that was this candle right here. For a while there, actually let me zoom out here and we'll see. So back in 1124, as you can see this line coming down, we've made lower highs every single day, and then that kind of 39 point that I was talking about. Now I guess I could extend this one more day, right? For the past 4 days, we've made higher highs and higher lows, which is great news for the stock moving forward, right? We also have to remember that NIO Day is coming up in just a couple weeks, right? Early January, and I think that could be a great catalyst event for NIO to keep that excitement going for this company as we sort of move forward. So let's take a look at some support and resistance levels that we have coming up. So this past week, right, we were talking about these three support levels that we had, one being kind of in the 38s, one being near the 70s, and then the other one being 38s. One of the resistance levels that we have coming up, let me go to the hourly chart for this and we'll kind of see why I have this drawn, right? So this higher high, higher low pattern that we've got going here, but what we see is, back here on 12.8, as well as this past Friday 12.18, we keep hitting up against this kind of 47s mark. We did hit 48 for that candle, kind of with that Tesla spike too, but what we see is we are having trouble kind of staying above this low to mid 47s mark. We made it over here, couldn't close above it, right? We closed in 46.72s here, pre-market, and then after pre-market the next day we were hitting up against it, could not really break through it, and then even here, right, when a stock was barely made it above this line back on 12.2 in the after hours, we saw that dropping below. Pre-market made it above as soon as market opened below, and then struggled to make it up. Point being, I do think that this resistance level coming in the 47, I have 47.34 because that's where I drew my line, but realistically it's kind of that between 25 and 50, right? So 47.25 to 47.50, that's been a consistent resistance point for NIO stock that I think that NIO needs to knock out to set the move up for $50. And then I think the next sort of resistance point, I'm just going to draw it on here and we'll see kind of how that holds. It's not really as solid of a resistance level, right? But as you can see, had trouble breaking it here, support level right there. So then we've got that 49 level. So first and foremost, that kind of 47s, right, mid 47s, and then that 49 level, and that I think sets us up for 50 by NIO Day, right? Assuming this kind of trend continues, this momentum continues of making higher highs, higher lows, and we push up from here, hopefully, right? So those are the levels I'm watching out for. We almost broke it on Friday. As you can see, we broke it for a little bit here, but weren't able to close above it. So mid 47s, the stock closed in the high 46s, right? But so mid 47s and then 49. if we can break that, then I think, 50 by NIO day is very doable. Now, like I just said earlier, right, we've gone up for 4 days in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row, technically, right, from a low of 39 to kind of trading in the 46s. So if we see a little bit of profit taking, what are the kind of support levels that we are looking out for? So if I draw this line out here, right, what you see is throughout the course of this week, other than the kind of that line right there, but I could even draw it like that, right? And kind of adjust this line as needed on the hourly chart. That line has held up as pretty good support, right? So that line, as it goes up, we could see support coming in from this line, making a higher low every single day, as it has for the past 4. We could see that support coming in. But also on the daily chart, what we can have is the AEMA, since for the past 3 days, it's closed above the AEMA. So that AEMA comes in at 45. So first level of support in my mind comes in with this line right here, which should be kind of in the mid, let's see where that line comes in tomorrow. So if we were to take that line up, just a little bit, right? Maybe we see support in the low to mid 46s, but if that doesn't hold, then we've got the AEMA coming in right at 45.04, and the 21 at 44.80. So I think, one of those two levels. And if not, then I, could see it dropping to the moving average, which is here, the 20-day moving average. Again, that's also 44. So 45s, right? High 44s to 45 should be good support. But if not, then we've got this 42.38 down there, right? So just to kind of wrap it up at the end, first level of support that NIO stock really has to break is kind of this 47s, right? That mid 47s, and stay above that kind of on the hourly chart, because as we saw earlier, we keep getting rejected by that level. And then the next level is 49s to hopefully make a push towards 50 for NIO day. If we go down, first level of support is this line that should be in the low 46s. If not, then high 44s, 45 in those EMAs, and then that 42.38. So we'll see how NIO stock does this week. I'm hoping for another great week, but a lot of it is dependent on kind of how the market is doing as well. I know a lot of stimulus talks have been going on and off, which can really take a toll on the stock market depending on which way that is. So hope you guys all had an amazing weekend and have an amazing upcoming week. Happy holidays. That's all I had for you guys today. I'll see you guys for another video. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.